Hey guys, what is up? The NeoCubist here. Welcome to episode 3 of my Minecraft hardcore Let's Play. I'm sorry if I don't sound like super energetic. I am very excited to be playing, but I just woke up. And I said this a lot in the last series, but if I just wake up and I really want to play, that's a very good thing. So I was like, dude, I want to record so bad, but I'm like, oh, but my voice isn't woken up all the way. But please forgive me. Please forgive me. So yeah, you guys said remove that other pillar. I think this is the better one to leave anyways, so I think you guys were on the right track. And then we should be able to like connect this and make it look... I think we need to go down there and break this one, right? Yeah, that looks... I don't know. Maybe we'll just take away the fence and we'll just leave it like this. And then we can put like some pots on like trapdoors or something. But yeah, thank you guys again for all the support. Dude, this series has been absolutely blowing up. So I really do appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. The first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to make a vine farm because I really want to use mossy cobblestone. Someone informed me that I could use moss to make mossy cobblestone. And while I think that would also be, great. Wait, hold on. Mossy cobblestone. I don't think so. I think you need to use vines. I don't know. There's a chance that you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm gonna make a vine farm. So, how do you make a vine farm? That's a good question. I'm not like posing the question and then gonna give you an answer. I don't know. I mean, originally, you could just put the vines on any like flat surface. So I'm thinking maybe we make some rows of something flat, right? Like I don't really think there's a right and a wrong way to do this. I hesitate to flatten the outside of my house because this is like my home turf, man. I don't want to do something and then mess it up. But I suppose we could start by... See, but I don't want to clear the vines off of this because I like the way the vines look. So maybe we go off somewhere, some distance away, because having them hanging is perfectly fine, right? Because you break them, right? Like it's not that difficult. But if they're too high up, then you can't break them. So maybe we just need to... I feel like if I make a vine farm, isn't it going to be kind of ugly? Because it's going to be like a weird shape. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I wish I did, but I don't. So I think I'm going to go under the caves that are under my house. And I want to explore... Because I see that this one... Like, this is that water cave, right? Yeah, so this is the one that kind of leads near our home. And I don't want to touch them too much. Just if I have to navigate, we'll break a block here or there. And I don't want to break any of the like origin vines, but I will break some of the ones that are, higher up, or I guess lower down, depending on where they are. Because eventually, guys, these will spread and they will fill this entire cave with vines, which will be really cool. But like for instance, this right here is going to be a mossy brick, or mossy cobblestone and mossy brick. I think it'll be kind of a hybrid of both, retaining wall. But this is kind of my like starting area. One thing I also kind of forgot to do, because this path right here, right? Like it's so plain and ugly. We're going to make it look really nice. I promise. If this is just like a purely utilitarian tunnel for now. But let me grab a little bit of dirt. I don't know exactly how much we're going to need. And let me start making our like entrance area look a little better. Because it's a little scuffed at the moment. It's just kind of... We haven't really touched it. We also never put the flowers down that we had gotten. So I'm just going to decide... Maybe like over to here. Something like this. Yeah, something like this. I think I'm going to remove this. Yeah, and then while I'm waiting on it... I'm going to need a lot more dirt. So I'm going to go get the rest of my dirt. Get those flowers. And then we're going to make like a nice area... including putting the flowers up here. I think if I put a flower down on the dirt, it'll still grow into grass under it. You would hope. And I'm still continuing my pescatarian lifestyle here. We still have just cooked salmon and bread. We've eaten no animal meat. Not that, fish aren't animals. You guys are really cool animals, but I have not eaten anything else. I really like the cactus flowers. I'm trying to just like pick my favorite looking flowers. I don't really think there's like a big deal if we pick one or the other. Wildflowers could be cool to put down there. And I do want to start growing some trees. Okay. But then if I'm going to grow trees, I'm going to be using planters because I don't want them to look like just random earth trees. No, they have to be the NeoCubist official trees. So we're going to Sure, we'll just waste all of our wood and make it into trapdoors. That's fine too. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. And we didn't grab more dirt. Okay. Well, it wasn't that much more dirt. It was like, what, two more stacks of dirt? It is what it is. It's not that big of a deal, but it is what it is. Do I want to use like 2 high flowers on this? I don't know. Let me try alternating these two, and then we'll see if we like it. And if we don't, then we can change it. Because it's Minecraft, you can change whatever you want. But I think this will look kind of cool. Yeah, I do really like that. And it looks good because they're kind of, you know, see how they're kind of offset. Some of them are, because they don't like always plant in the center. I think that looks really good. Especially once we bring all the trapdoors going up. Which maybe that's what I should use these trapdoors for. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think we could technically do this one side. The only issue is that this is going to be all of our trapdoors. Maybe we need to make a tree farm before we go any further. Because ideally, I'd like to be getting some progress going here. I don't know how to handle this part. I would say just fill it in with trapdoors, but we don't have enough. Such a conundrum. But this does look better, right? With the trapdoors going up. I really like that. Now it looks like they're like proper little planters. And we have a nice like flower division. I like it. It'll fit in more. I know it seems like a little overdone. But it'll fit in more once we actually have like something to show for it. Because right now, right, like, I mean, we literally have nothing. We have our staircase, and that's pretty much it. We'll build a little staircase leading up to this, which means, actually, I like this tree because it's got a little bit of jungle vinage on it. I'm gonna keep it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in this entire area here. Let me see if I can break all this grass. Just so it makes it a little bit easier for me building-wise. Okay, so I'm going to fill in this entire area. And then I will be back after I do that and fill in that as well. I don't really know why I decided to go, like, off diagonal. I just want, like, a big landing area. So I will do that and be right back. We ran out of dirt. How are we running out of dirt like this, man? And if I had an area, I was like, oh, yeah, I want to take care of this and take care of that. We ran out of dirt. Look, I do think this is a blessing in disguise, okay? Because this whole area around here, I want to be a retaining wall, okay? I hope you're starting to kind of see the vision for this. And I didn't just decide that because I needed the dirt, but I realized that this is a process that I'm going to have to do at some point. So this will give us like the missing dirt that we need, right? And so the cobblestone will go like all along here. It'll be 3 blocks high. And we'll have like a nice like landing area. With a few different ways to get in. And it's kind of like I love how I know you guys talk about this in the comments. I do think it's funny. I always mention like, oh, I'm sorry, my robot vacuum is running. You're like, dude, we cannot hear it. And like, I didn't realize that, but I'll go back in the recordings. Like, you guys really can't hear it, can you? Like, it's not really loud. So I don't know why I keep mentioning it. I think it's just because I'm like super OCD, right? So like, I started this YouTube channel when I was 14, maybe like 13 and a half, 14, right? So I've been doing this. I actually just got the email that my channel was 13 years old, but I didn't like immediately create the account and then start. I was like thinking for a few days. I'm like, what do I want my first video to be? And actually my first video was a Let's Play, right? But it is funny because I never intended to like, you know, be a YouTuber. That wasn't a thing, right? When I started, there were like a few big creators out there. But it was unheard of that people would like make enough money to live on creating videos. And that's not really even what I do now. I don't make enough from my YouTube channel to live on. I had to create like a Minecraft server, right? RainyDay. And that's where I make all of the money to live on. I make maybe 5% of what I make here. So I'm doing this because I love this. I really do love this. This is so fun to me. I don't know why. I've always just enjoyed making videos. It's not like the popularity or like the fame or whatever. All that stuff kind of like cringes me out. Like, I'm just like, I really don't like that. Like, if I could do YouTube and nobody knew who I was, that would be the ideal situation. But obviously you got to put a face to a name and you got to use your own voice. I just like making stuff and having people see it. So maybe I like the attention. I don't know. Maybe that's the same thing. But either way, I think I'm in a good position here. And that's why I'm OCD about it. Because I've done this for so long that I know how perfect it can be. And when it isn't at that level of perfection, I guess my like internal like whatever is like freaking out, something like that. So in order to have the retaining wall be too high here, I'm thinking I have to fill in this whole little spot. But I don't want to do that. But I think I have to. Either way, I mean, the retaining wall, right, like it's going to need to go over here. Okay. Hopefully you can kind of see my... Oh, no. Please tell me I have iron. Now, let's hop over here. I know that I have iron because I organized my chest before the episode. Because my inventory was just jam-packed full of junk again. So I know I have at least one. Okay, I have 10. 10 is more than one. If you can count, 10 is more than one. I still need to build the vine farm, which ideally I would have going right now. You know what? Maybe a vine farm is a stupid idea. Why don't we just put the vines in our house? And then they grow. And then we break them. And then we use them, right? I'm not saying we're going to leave this here forever, but why not just do this? We have all this like open, flat space anyways. Why not just utilize it? Everywhere except like maybe over the chest. I don't even want a chance of it like ruining that somehow. So we'll literally just fill up all the spots that we have to like grow stuff. Right? Like this. Why not just do this? This will work fine, right? Like I can't really see the downside to this. Because we're going to be here, so it's always growing. It's not like we go over there and build it, and then we got to stand over there to make it work. I don't want that. But yeah, hopefully in my yapping, this kind of makes sense, right? So if I want it to be like 3 blocks high, right? Like this part I can break out, and I can get it to be 3 blocks high. But there's no blocks I can break over here to make it 3 high. So in order to make that work, we're going to have to break out a very large... Or not break out, but we're going to have to fill in... Yeah, so if we wanted to go like this, and then we can say like right there. Okay. So we're going to have to fill in all of this. We don't have to, but you know I'm gonna, because I feel like I have to. Here's the thing. Is having to and feeling like you have to, are they really any different? You know what I mean? It's like, there's a lot of things like that. Like, it's like people are talking about like AI right now. They're like, is it conscious at this point? I mean, obviously, like from a scientific perspective, no. Also, how do you prove consciousness? But it's not that. But if it's acting like it is it? Does it matter? And that's kind of the tricky part. Especially like AI researchers are getting to a point where AI is getting so good that it's like, does it matter? Like, at what point will it walk like a chicken, talk like a chicken, taste like a chicken? I'm not saying you're going to taste AI, but you know what I mean. Like, if it describes everything that is the descriptor of consciousness and acts the exact same way, then what's the difference? So what if it's technically not? It's just a large language model. It's just predicting characters one after another, tokens as they call them. Like, what is the difference? Why am I talking about what just led me into that? I don't know, but AI does fascinate me. It truly does. And it's very helpful. I mean, I use it to do a lot of things. Like, for instance, I was working on a door frame in my house, right? The door didn't shut. And I noticed, like, so you know how when a door shuts, it has that little metal thing that goes into a hole in the door frame. I don't remember what all those things are called. But there's a little plate that surrounds the hole where the thing on the door goes when it closes. And I needed to move that back so that it could engage and go into the hole. I think it's called the door jam or door knock plate or something. I don't know. So I had the bright idea of pulling out my Dremel and using like a sanding disc to widen the hole, right? Well, when I widened the hole, it started smoking. I guess because I was using too much pressure, and because it's, sandpaper, it creates a lot of friction. And it just started like smoldering, and something smoldering fell into the door frame, which is hollow. And so I'm like freaking out. I'm telling Lauren, like, hey, I think I might need to call like the fire department, because I'm pretty sure, like there's something, there might be something on fire inside of our door frame. So I'm like freaking out. I'm naturally like a super, super anxious person. I don't know if you knew this, but I have super bad anxiety. And so I'm like freaking out, man. And, I called them. I've never called 911 before. I never called the fire department. Thank God. Maybe I have. I don't think so. No. Anyways, they get here and, they have like a thermal imaging camera, right? And they look in there and they see no hot spots. There's no heat or anything. And they're like, you're going to be fine. Like there's nothing, like you're fine. But in my anxious brain, I'm like, nah, dude, they're wrong. It's going to burn your house down when you're not paying attention. So that whole day, I'm like, oh, dude, I got to check this door. And I'm like feeling it for heat. I'm like asking AI, you know, to be like, hey, can you like you know, I shouldn't be freaking out, right? You know, the firefighters checked it out, and it's like, no, you really shouldn't. But even like reassurance from the smartest thing humans have ever created, it's not enough, man. When you're an anxious person, you're just anxious. That's just how it works. You could have God tell you that it's gonna be fine, and I'm sure you'd still be anxious, right? Okay, so the retaining wall will also go down to here, and I know this is confusing, but if I want to build this into some sort of like ancient temple type of thing, this will all make sense eventually. But for right now, we'll leave it like this. There's going to be a staircase going up on that one. I think the next part of this is cobblestone. We don't really have any cobblestone. And if we do, it's probably not enough to do this. We can also curve this a little bit, just because it's going to look weird otherwise, because the rest of it is curved, and this is like the only part that wasn't curved. So we'll go ahead and curve that. And keep in mind, it's not going to be regular cobblestone. It's only like this for scientific temporary purposes, okay? Make that look a little bit more cavey. Sure. Now it looks too... There we go. Now it looks more cave-ish, I guess. Well, some vines have grown. I'm not expecting them to grow like super quickly, but I do want to check on my cobblestone reserves. How much do we have? It's a decent bit. I'd like to sort it by stone. Okay, and then... Because I think I want the bottom to be stone brick and then mossy cobblestone on top. So, like, it seems like a more structurally significant material. And yes, I did load these up with the perfect amount. We'll go ahead and put up our flowers for now. Put up everything, like, alive for now. And we'll just kind of let this stuff cook. I'm going to start some sort of, like, quarry, I think, because I don't have enough stone. You know, I do have a good bit, but I don't think I have enough to do what I'm trying to do. So, what does that mean? Well, it means I'm going to use the rest of this. And I need 6 sticks, and I can get 4, and then I have to get 2 extra sticks, but it's okay. Go away, 2 sticks. No one likes you. We're gonna have to decide where that's gonna be. First of all, and I do want to do like a quarry, but I want to do a personal sized quarry. I'm not trying to do some giant quarry. But we do need to figure out where that's gonna be. And I think this little spot over here, I think this is kind of perfect. We can, you know, have like a smaller retaining wall over here. That's maybe 2 blocks. I know this is like... Okay, wait, can I cheese this? I can. Okay, there we go. So maybe have like a 2 high one, and this gives us a little bit more space to dig as well. I'm not sure of the like exact shape. Well, usually quarries are square. And I feel like that makes it easier to dig than if I did like some sort of like circular shape. And if we want to make this like somewhat like curved, we can do the same thing here and like fill this in. So again, we're going to have like cobblestone here, but for right now, we're just breaking this so that I know where to put it. And we're going to get most of that cobblestone from this quarry. So this kind of has a return on investment for us. And I know this episode has just been me breaking dirt. But I think if you... I think if you're the kind of person who enjoys my videos, then I think this is just something you're gonna... I'm not gonna say have to get used to, because it's not gonna be all of my videos. Like, I promise I'm not just gonna be breaking dirt the whole time. But there might be a few episodes in there sprinkled about. Okay, so obviously, like, there's gonna be a staircase here, so this is like gonna be stairs right here. Okay, this lines up perfect as well. And then that will be a stair block too. So I just want to break this out now, not because I'm going to put the stairs, but because I need to know how far. Okay, and then maybe like at least like this much space. Yeah, okay. This is 3. I'm not trying to line it up or anything. This will be cobblestone here. So we want like at least a 2 block space on the side. Yeah, right? Well, technically a 3 block space, but we can always just, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a big deal. And I want it to be a square because it'll bug me if it's not. So this is... How many is this? This is 3 in the middle, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 by 7 quarry? So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if this seems a little too small. I mean, if not, we could technically make it a little bigger. Actually, it doesn't really make sense, right? If we have a too high... Oh my god. I don't have any iron. Yeah, I'm gonna punish myself for not getting more iron. Oh, and I was trying to think, how can I make this look a little better? I was just playing around with a few things. I'm not sure if that's what we're gonna do or not. But I did find that interesting that I could do like little pillars on the side here and there. I just been so excited about the world. Like, I try not to play it when I'm not recording. Oh, I already have stone. But there might be. Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'm not gonna say no. I think this will be good enough. We don't need a full one anyways. But the hope is that this gives us a little bit of iron, maybe a little bit of coal, but mainly cobblestone. Whenever we want to get ores and stuff, we'll actually go into a cave. But I feel like it's kind of silly to go all the way to a cave, right? I'm going to use this until my patience wears thin, and then I'll pull out the iron. I think that's kind of a good move, because I can do this for a little bit, right? But my patience will wear out, and then I'll have to... or it'll break. Either one works. I'm also going to just like grab a bed. It's about to be dark, and I'm going to be out here for a while, and I'm also going to be like deep in a quarry, and I'd rather not have to go all the way back up. And in saying all the way back up, I remember I'm also going to need ladders. That would be wise. I think at the very least we need a way to get up, and then we need a way to get down. Quarries can be dangerous because you could fall to the bottom and die, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I don't even want to like think that into existence. I don't want to think about it. We'll take most of this. We're never going to use like jungle wood, so we might as well just make it all into ladders. I know this seems excessive, but I mean, the world's a deep place now, man. You got to have a lot of ladders. That'll be enough for now. Okay. Finally, we can quit running back in here. Let the vines grow. And so we're going to be getting the cobblestone for the wall. I wish you could almost turn, like use bone meal on cobblestone and turn it into mossy cobblestone. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Well, let me break out this, since I think you've seen me do this enough. And I'll come back in a bit when I've done. Okay. Check it out, guys. We have this area minus like a little... I don't know if there's a point in like going all the way around and like, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that eventually, but I think for right now, this is perfectly fine. And now we have a much larger area. I left this as stone because this is all going to be like cobblestone. I did have to make some stone shovels. I ran out of the iron pretty quickly, but that's okay. You know, when I'm not on camera, I don't mind like the slower breaking speed of stone. But I'm going to be making like a fairly large quarry, and to do this... do I want to make like a massive staircase going down into like a massive underground temple? It's like a mossy ancient tomb. Is that what I want to do? I mean, it wouldn't be that much more difficult. The only difficult part is breaking out the ceiling. So, right, so if I start doing this and I feel like it's too much, then I'll stop first of all, but also I'll come back and reassess on camera. What in the world? I'll come back and reassess on camera, because I feel like it's not that it's difficult to make a staircase. The more difficult part is breaking out the roof above. Like once we get to the edge of this, how do I reach all the way up? Not that it has to be... Oh man, dude, I could actually do like something crazy where I keep this height in the staircase and go all the way down. That would look nuts, but that would take a ridiculous amount of time. I mean, like, that would be an insane thing to do. We're gonna need a lot of cobblestone, but I don't know if we need that much. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if we had a staircase that went... I think we might do that, and it'll become easier as we get diamond tools, and that'll really push us to like get a good enchanting setup going. I think I'm gonna do it. I think we're gonna keep this height right here. So that means that I will be digging... Okay, so let me make sure I can even do this, right? Let me go over here. Because, I mean, it has to be this height for, like, probably over to the village to get all the way down. Right? And if we kept that height, which is, like, 3 blocks below this, right, it's going to poke out, like, along this entire thing. I think we could handle that. It just might be a little weird. Like, how do you... Maybe we should just do a regular staircase and not do the whole keep the height thing, because it would not be a very pretty thing. I mean, we could like cover it up with like trees and a little bit of dirt and make it look like it's old, dilapidated, but it's gonna end up looking a little weird. I was like closing my eyes thinking about it. Yeah, let's just do a staircase. It's already gonna be a crazy looking staircase. Let's just not like make it like more difficult than it needs to be. But look, we're already getting a little bit of coal, or we could just do a quarry and just build an underground temple at the bottom of that. But I don't know if I really want to build an underground temple. I don't know, but that would be kind of sick, dude. Have like an ancient like jungle temple underground, like lots of greenery, and like it looks like it's like alive, and that could be super cool. It could be super cool. And I don't want to break out, if I'm going to do this as a staircase, I don't want to break out like those ores, because then I have to go smelt stone to replace them. But we'll still get enough either way. But here, I'm only going to dig out the rest of this on camera. I'm not going to, I promise, I'm just going to make a big episode digging. So now that we have it dug out to here, the question is, how do you do the staircase height? Do I want the staircase height to be this? In which case I would have to break out these blocks, right? Right? And then you have to break out these blocks, which, I mean, this could be fine, but is this tall enough for like a massive staircase? I think so, yeah. I think we're going to do that. Okay, well, I'm going to start breaking. And I'll be back when I've made progress and I feel like I have a good bit of cobblestone. I'll probably run through these pickaxes here. I don't really see a point in not going that far, so I'll catch you guys in just a bit. Promise. If I see anything cool, like I find the origin of this skeleton that's been clanking its bones in my ear, then I'll come back and show you. But otherwise, well, thanks, skeleton. Now I have to, okay, well, now I have to go get normal stone anyways, because I have to fill that in, or it's just going to bug the ever-living heck out of me. So, we'll grab that. We'll go check out the skeleton origins of destiny and make sure that, no, we can't keep using that adjective. We can't keep saying everything's destiny, because that, it's not destiny. That was meant to be. Isn't that what destiny is? I think the best idea I've seen yet is enchanting table goes up there. How do we get up there? Probably just like a water stream off of the side of it is like the least. I really want to go up there now. I want to go up there now because I really like this idea. It's just it's a little not dangerous per se, but like, how do I line up the waterfall? I never grabbed a bed and it's becoming dark. Is there sheep around me? No. Okay. Just a weird orange colored pig. That makes me a little uncomfortable. I don't know why, but that color of pig is just, that ain't right, man. That's a jungle. This is the jungle pig, I guess. Okay, come on. I'm gonna grab a bed this time. And the reason I grab a bed, I probably didn't see it on the chest. I made like a bed chest, but I don't have any beds. So it's just on the outside. So I'll just pop it off whenever I need it. Unless we, for some reason, get a bunch of extra beds. I need to drink water, bro. I just woke up and I haven't drank any water. I haven't done anything. But today is like day 6 of no caffeine. Something like that. The reason I like quit, but not because I've like, but I feel like, so I was getting these things called migraines with aura, right? And so it's like this weird like zigzag electric pattern appears in your vision, and then it like starts in the center and it goes out, and like goes outwards out of your peripheral vision and then goes away, and then you get a migraine after. And I'm already a really anxious person, like a medical anxiety, I guess, and that like super freaked me out. And I used to get maybe one a year, but I got one, and I figured it was because I had too much caffeine that day. But then I got another one like 8 days later, and that was like the most often they had ever happened, and I was like freaking out. So I think it's better if I just like stop caffeine. And I'm pretty sure on the day that I got one without any caffeine, it was probably because like I was withdrawing from the caffeine. I hadn't had it yet. I was like about to drink it. I really don't know. I also don't know how I'm going to make this work. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but anyways, day 6 of quitting caffeine. I'm feeling a lot better. I don't have a headache yet, but usually they happen later in the day. But I think we should be fine today. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so to make the waterfall work properly, it needs to come off on this block. So I'm going to go over a few blocks. I really don't like being in this position, but it's okay for now. It needs to come off of this block. Okay. So if that's the case, then it needs to like just slide off the side right here. And maybe we can like, won't this work? It'll just go straight down, right? Okay. And then, okay. And I need to be very careful about what blocks I'm breaking. I can go down like 2 more. Yep. Okay. And then go over to the safe. This is the safe block. Yeah, go over to the safe block and then break all these. And now we have a way to get up there. I know I didn't look around up there. That's what I really want to look around up there, but I want to get this nailed down. And then we'll go up there and look, because I'm equally as excited. What is up there? There's got to be something at least a little bit crazy up there. If there's not, well, it's not the end of the world, but I have a feeling there's going to be something up there just a little bit crazy. Just a little bit crazy. Look at me. I'm already terraforming the spot because I know what it's going to look like. This guy needs help, man. This guy needs help. But yeah, hopefully I won't get any more migraines with auras. I thought they were ocular migraines, but apparently those are only in one eye. And then a migraine with aura is where it's in both eyes. Right, so like if you cover an eye, you can still see it. Because it's in both eyes. So yeah, I don't know. That like freaked me out. I was like, oh, I'm dying. But they're actually not like bad medically. I guess you can have an increased chance of like a risk of a stroke or something, but that's like just migraines in general. I don't know, man. I was just like, this is just freaking me out. I don't need this in my life. I don't really need caffeine, so I was like, I'm gonna quit. Okay. Is there anything weird up here? Is there anything weird up here? Anything at all? Aside from these other blocks that are floating, I don't think so. I do like that there's a tree up here. Not my favorite kind of tree, but we'll work with it. I hesitate to change anything really about this, except maybe like flatten out that little part and then break grass, because I don't really think it needs to be grassy up here. Maybe like down there is fine, but this is going to be where our enchanting table is. This is super cool, dude. This is super cool. I'm so scared I'm going to fall off of it. I think we'll have to just like fence it off like really well, and then we won't really have to worry. But yeah, this is super cool. Okay. Well, I'm glad we did that. Now to go investigate Mr. Clanky Bones in the cave over there. But yeah, that's like the least invasive way, I would say, to like I mean, if you had like an elytra, obviously you could fly up there, but we're not going to have one of those for a while. And that looks like natural as you can make an entrance. If we did some sort of rope bridge to it, it would look weird. And where would we build that from? Like even the tallest point up here. Yeah. So what I mean, that's pretty sick. Okay. Now to go find out Mr. Clanky Bones. What do you want? He's probably despawned, but maybe there's something in this cave that's special. I'm going to take this out as well. Oh. Oh, that's actually super funny. He was in the only dark spot in this whole thing. Also, filling this in is just one of those things where it's just, yeah. I mean, it's just going to be... we'll just have to kind of take it as it comes. I think over here we'll have to like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna continue breaking this. If I see anything cool, I'll come back. Okay. Well, nothing interesting in that I found anything, but interesting in that I think this is good for now. I do like this better than a quarry, just because you get to travel more to the side. And I'm sure like we'll hit a cave. I decided to do a torch on every block just because it's already a ridiculous build. And so this is going to go just straight down. Then for now, I mean, look how many materials we have, guys. Look at all this. So I think we're more than set. Also, how do we get coarse dirt? From up there? Probably. I don't actually know, but I'm assuming that's where we got it from. As for the vines, it doesn't really matter if we let them get any more than just like, you know, like one block. Like it's not like if we let it go 2 blocks, we'll get like more or anything. So I'm just going to kind of break them as I need them. Because I kind of want to start building the retaining wall. Because I feel like I'm a little antsy, man. Maybe we should just go ahead and like put every bit of vine that we can. I don't know. This is going to... I may regret this because I think it's... Can it spread up? Did it spread up? Because I don't think I put one there. Now I'm nervous. Can it spread up? I hope not. Else I'm gonna be dealing. I think I might have just reinfested my base with vines, which is fine. I mean, some of the walls are gonna have mossy cobblestone. Some of the floor is. Like, I have a ton of really cool plants, just all hinging on, can I get mossy cobblestone? And the answer is yes, to a degree. We're just gonna have to, you know, do it the old school way. By hand. Oh, we already have a stack. But, look at all this. Okay, so not as much as I thought, but still, quite a bit. And are we going to do a chest with the other... Ooh, saw a little error there. I think maybe this will just be cobblestone and stone. We'll have another chest for, like, andesite materials. I don't really care. That can go up there. This is still technically stone. Okay, so we should have 2 more stacks in here. Yes, we do. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and just kind of continue the pattern of having stack of 8 in there and a stack of 8 in there. And I'm just going to rip through it again, and we're just going to do 2 more. We're only going to need like a third as much of this as we need the other stuff, because this is going to be made into stone bricks. So I'm going to go ahead and just like craft that. Okay, stone bricks and more stone bricks and block of raw copper. Does look kind of nice, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. I might stretch and get some water in a sec here. See, that's already 64. Yeah, I know we could use a stone cutter to make different shapes and stuff, but I'm gonna need a lot more than 64. And you know, we have like what in here? But 36. Like, we're gonna need a lot more, but I guess that's why we have a farm. This one for sure I didn't plant, but I think that one was already here, right? Pretty sure. But I do remember like these and stuff. I do like vine farming. It's kind of satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well that's that. It definitely spreads side to side, like for sure. I guess we can start on this over here. It really is like just a one. Oh, it really is just like a 1-to-1 conversion. Now, can you use moss for this? I kind of want to find out, but this is definitely one of those situations where finding out means I have to... Well, I mean, you guys know the real saying. We're family friendly. You know, this might be something where we mess around and we find out. So we're going to head over to Flowergate. We're going to go in the cave. Oh, yes. Mr. Robot Vacuum decided to enter into my office now. Or maybe not. I don't know. If it did, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. You guys said you can't hear it. I just need to quit freaking out about it. So yeah, let's go over there. I want to see if you can use moss to make it. Because if you can, screw the vines, right? Like, why would we not? I really need water. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna pause the game, pause the recording, get water, walk around, take my dog outside, and I'll be back. Much better. Oh. I don't know what direction. Okay, we're facing this direction. Okay, so we're headed to Flowergate. We're gonna make sure moss indeed does or does not work with. How far away is Flowergate? I'm thinking it's a little further than I thought. Oh yeah, I got a new graphics card yesterday. I got a 5080. I had been using a 3090 for 5 years now, so I decided to do a little upgrade. Got a 5080. I was gonna get a 5090 originally until I realized that a 5090 is like, I don't know, anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 for a graphics card. Absolutely insane. Oh, there it is. We can see it. Absolutely insane. I mean, even a 5080 is around $1,500, which is still insane. But, you know, this is my job, so I figure it's okay. You know, it is a business expense. It's just one of those things that's like why? Why are they so expensive? AI is the answer. And inflation, you know. Even though, you know, corporate profits are through the roof, but, you know, and their costs haven't gone up nearly as much as they've raised prices. But we're not going to talk about that. Okay, so again, I really do hope that moss can solve all of my issues, because I can multiply moss very easily with andesite. And as you guys see when we play Skyblock, you just surround one piece of moss by andesite, you bone meal it, and voila, you have a bunch of moss. So I'm hoping that is the case here. It's actually not that far away. Who knows? I'm still a little weary of going in there. We do have full iron armor, so I guess if the worst happens, then we're... Like, the worst being we get surrounded by, like, bad guys, we'll be okay. Can we make... Okay, we'll just make it across this, I guess. Even though it's a little bit more risky. I may Grab a few more salmon, too, while we're here near a river. You know what? No, I'm going to sleep underwater. Don't ask me how, but this works. And it works great. You get a nice little air pocket. So if it's ever night and you're underwater, just know that you can indeed sleep underwater. Definitely one of the odder things in the game. Sure, why not? Because this was a big cave, so I don't know. This may not have been the best idea. This was a really, really big cave. I remember seeing it and thinking, I am not going in there for a long time. For a long... I do need coal, though, so I'm going to get this. Do need me some coal. Okay, we have gotten the coal. How much was it? I actually have no idea how much that was. Maybe, I guess we had 2 in our inventory already. It was 9? Something like that. Now, we marked the entrance of a very big cave. If you missed the episode yesterday, well, first of all, I'm not sure why you're here. You probably should watch the first episode and the second one. But if you just want to start on the third one, you know, power to you. I respect it. But we found a big cave. We built a nice little gate. We called it Flowergate because we put flowers at the top of this gate-shaped thing. Is it gate-shaped? I mean, one could argue yes. I think so. Besides, it's my structure in my game, okay? You know, I can name it whatever I want. I could call it a flower bus, but it's not a bus. It's a gate. How big was this cave? Oh, God. Okay. All right. I don't want to look... I think it was even bigger over here, yeah. Oh, but there was the geode. I think that's why we marked it, because there is a geode here. I'm sure there's tons of other cool stuff in there, but I think for now... we got to have a way to get up and down. We should probably make it where we can actually get up and down with it. And then I do want to grab... okay, maybe I could just get water from in here. Oh my god, I almost fell. Yeah, I could just grab water from down in there. I didn't really look around when I... okay, well, that's a very oblong-shaped... almost called it an Oreo. It's not an Oreo, but it is very oblong-shaped. Could I grab a water? I don't know why I'm like... oh, that was an axolotl. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm just running from the skeleton at this point. Okay. Can we make it out of moss? You can indeed. Well, that makes my life so much easier, and thank you to the commenter who told me that. That makes it so much easier. This is why I don't go in these caves, man. The skeletons, dude, like, come on. What am I supposed to do? They got perfect aim. I gotta eat to regenerate. How's your vines down here? And where is the skeleton? You're down here? Wajah! Wajah! Is there another one? Oh, I thought there was another one. Okay. Alright, let's mine enough iron to make an iron hoe, and then just mine a whole ton of moss, and then call it a day, because it is kind of scary in here. I did see some iron over there, so we'll probably get it from over there. Oh, there's someone at the door. Let's go see. Okay. I need to get enough iron to make an iron hoe. And I see exactly 2 pieces here. I don't like my chances this deep in such a large cave. So I'm going to be very, very careful. Also, there's a ton of iron around here, and I don't know why. I feel like it's a scam, and I'm going to die. I don't know how. What was that? Axolotl? I think we're okay. Oh, we have no wood. Okay, that makes this so much more difficult, but not really because we have a... what? You just like fell? You saw that, right? That wasn't just me. I gotta get out of here, dude. Iron armor is just not great. It's really not. It's not the answer we're looking for. We really need to get... the first thing I'm going to do with diamonds is make a full set of diamond armor. Like, I'm sorry, right? Like, I feel like I have to do that. I have to go back up because I have to get wood. I can't even make a furnace like I wanted to. And we're leaving a bunch of iron on the table down here, but honestly, guys, why is there so much iron down here? Like, what Y level is this? Y 22? I feel like that's not a Y level that's just like packed with iron. In fact, I know that it's not. So why is there so much down here? Again, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, which I didn't realize that was an uncommon saying. I thought it was pretty common. I always just heard it a bunch. Basically, don't look at something too closely when it's good, I guess. Like, don't question something. Don't question a good thing, I guess. That's basically what it's saying. I'm sure you could interpret it any number of ways, but that's how I interpret it. Okay. All right, buddy. Okay, I don't need this, but why is there so much iron? I love you, iron, but you're a little excessive. I want to just get out of here. Oh my god, it goes back. Oh my, what? That might be the largest cluster of iron veins. We have 39 iron. We're out of here. We are so out of here. Oh, don't die. I'm trying to like spiral my way out. Maybe we should just go straight up. let's just simplify things. Let's just go straight up. What is over there? What is that? Oh, well, it must be more surface area or something. Okay. Well, anyways, we just need wood, and we have to go back down there anyways to get a little bit of moss. Not a little bit. Ideally, we get a lot. Yes, we can farm it up above. We do have a skeleton spawner, so infinite bone meal, but probably be easier just to go to the source and just get as much as we can. And remember, we saw that azalea tree. It was like over there-ish. And so my thought process is there's... Oh, okay. I thought it was a dungeon. It's indeed not a dungeon. This is the ravine, and that's just like part of the game. We could come out here and farm the mossy cobble, but we already have all the cobblestone, and we're about to get so much, so like I'm just not worried about it. Just not worried about it. Oh, my inventory is not set up for this at all. We don't have any cobblestone either. Oh my goodness. Who is this guy? Hey, this is where we got cobblestone earlier. Maybe we'll have a nice little Flowergate base over here because I got too much birch wood for sure. So we'll put this here and then we'll go ahead. Why do we have 2 furnace? Where could we have possibly gotten 3 furnaces? Like what? You know what I mean? Like where actually though, like where did we I don't know. If someone knows, put it in the comments because now I'm very confused. We'll make like a little miniature base because we got to wait for this stuff to smelt anyways. So might as well have a little bit of an outpost. Maybe this is where we'll leave the brown bed. I don't know, but probably not. Sure. We can actually make this pretty cool. We can actually make this pretty cool. Potentially. This just needs to be broken out. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. We're cooking. I think. We're not cooking with heat. We're on like a low heat right now, but we're simmering. We're simmering. Okay, and then like this. Oh no, we don't have quite enough. Okay, we'll go get a few more birch. Like I said, I mean, we gotta wait on it anyways, so we might as well do something with our time. And this is something. This is something. I love this birch. I really do. I think maybe I'm starting to turn on birch, especially with the fallen logs. Now those were in the game before this update, but all the wildflowers, dude, they really set it off for me. They look so nice. Like they actually like they really did cook with this update. I wish they would add the copper tools like in 1.21 so that Optifine doesn't have to completely update, but I think there was some change in 1.21. That's why Optifine was so slow to update. First of all, it's one dude and he doesn't like make any money from it. It's just like a volunteer thing. The second of all, it's because they like changed how the rendering engine worked a lot because they're trying to get vibrant visuals on Java, but in my opinion, I think that's very far off and it's a low priority because we have shaders already. Like I've been using shaders for like 10 plus years. I don't really need you know what I mean? Like there's no need for it. So I don't think they're like rushing to get it done or anything, which is fine by me. I'm not like upset by that at all. I'm just going way too hard on the space here. Not that this is like some incredible build, but like I'm just putting too much into this. So much so that I think I need a chest to hold building materials. I probably want 2 chests to be fair. And we can be weird and put them on either side. I'll just like put up some stuff for now. I don't know. We'll come back in here obviously and like grab the stuff that we want. Like for instance, I know I want the stone brick. I'm gonna take that out. The birch I need for reasons unspecified at the moment. I'm gonna build a little staircase. Probably gonna need some slabs. Probably gonna need some fence. Going all out here, guys. I like making little outposts, though. I feel like this is like a good, fun part of the game. So the Flowergate is right there, which means I feel like the entrance should be like right under the Flowergate. Kind of makes sense in a way. So we've got to remove the Tree of Dreams and make sure it's not connected to this tree in any way. No, so it'll go away on its own. And then we can kind of naturally start making the path down here. Somewhat natural. Okay. Right, and so we'll put like some slabs here. Okay. Something like this. Sure. Okay, and then the rest of it, I'm going to have it be kind of fenced off. Oh, we got to sleep. We may have a new permanent spot for our brown bed. I probably want to fence all of this off, to be fair. I think I'm about to cook in here, dude. I got to do a bunch of stuff, but I don't think I have enough fence. But we'll see. Mainly dirt, I think we're going to need more of. Yeah, so if I want to, like, make this proper, I'd want to fill it up to this level. But I mainly just want to fence this off because it's so dangerous. But I think if I take a few, like, strategic pieces of dirt, then I can hopefully fence it off and not make it look weird. Okay, like, for instance, the chicken is about to go in there. I don't really want the chicken to die. That really is not on my list of things I want happening right now. Okay, so something like this. Yeah, right, and then just put the fence here. Here we go. We have successfully saved the chicken. You can now call me Chicken Savior 9000. And then as for this, like, there's really not a risk here. I mean, I can expand the water out. Like, if I do this, it'll connect at the bottom, I think. Mainly if I, like, put it over here and then break it, and put it over here and then break it. Basically, I could just turn this into, like, a big, like, water thing. I could even, like, expand it out if I broke this one. If I picked it up, if I put it here, it would expand out. There we go. I mainly want to get it into that one right there. There we go. Okay. And now it's just like a big pool of dreams, I suppose. But this will go all the way down like a big, thick water column now. And so now we can, like, swim up it, and it's super safe. Like, there's no risk to falling in. I mean, I guess you could probably go in over here. Maybe we make it a little bigger on this side. But it's weird how it works, right? It doesn't expand it always. I don't really know how it works exactly. I couldn't pretend to know or tell you. But it's something like that. I actually don't think that did anything. It's whatever. Okay, and then like this piece of dirt, I could see us breaking and putting right there. And then probably just like flattening this out a little bit and putting like a little staircase in front, something like that. That way we have a little Flowergate base. Always a good thing to have. Maybe like a little porch out front. We don't need to fill in all the way. Sure. That's kind of cool. We can even put some fence there. Kind of nice. It's missing a little bit, and I think what it's missing would be something like right here that goes up like this to here, and then connects over like this. Okay. So now we have like a little bit of a porch. Maybe you could make it a little bit more. Kind of dark in here though. A little spooky. A little bit too spooky. We don't want to get in here and get all spooked out. We also used all of our stairs. And we didn't build the staircase yet. Okay, so something that looks a little weird without having, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Okay. As for how to make the staircase, I think we just need to start by probably, if we want to get up to that level, probably start here, I think would be the wise decision. Something like this. I'm usually pretty good about guesstimating where to put stairs, so I think this will be the right level. We'll just kind of have to fall down a bunch, but it's okay. Not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Yeah. This should be lined up perfect. If my calculations are correct. I think actually, yeah. Yeah. And we just don't have enough stairs, which is perfectly fine. We have just enough to make one more set, which is all we need. Then we can go and get the moss. Surely, yes, this is all done smelting up, which is great. Thank you very much. I do see that we need one more furnace in here. And the floor isn't done. We'll work on it more another time. How about that? And this can be an upside down stair if we want to kind of match the pattern. Okay. So now we have some semblance of like a... probably want to remove that. So we don't really want people going down right there. And then if we really don't want them going down right there, we could expand this out a little bit, like this, just to kind of gently guide them into the place you want them to walk. So something like this. And then you could even go as far as to like fencing off this up here. And then it just kind of feels right to like go in right here. There we go. The Flowergate of dreams. I like this. I kind of want to build this back a little bit. Just a wee bit. Yeah. There we go. Nice. I know this staircase is a little wonky. I'm going to go get more birch wood. Hold on. But I'm not going to record any more of this. I really need to go get some more wood. Hold on. Well, I really need to quit like watching YouTube, and I just got so much wood. Oh, we don't need this much. I just wanted to make the staircase look a little better. I felt like it looked a little odd because it was just kind of like chilling. And so I wanted to, you know, potentially make it a little bit better. But I wasn't planning on like going all out. But I mean, here we are going all out. Not saying this is the best build in the world. But whenever I'm talking in relative terms, okay? Because you could build something like this, so you don't have to put any effort into it. But we're kind of, you know, we're going all out because this is kind of a special spot in my mind. It's the Flowergate, okay? Whatever that really means, I don't know. That is, you know what? It is what it is. It does work as fence, and it looks kind of cool. And then we can kind of, well, we don't need to connect it there. Okay, cool. The last thing would be this, which I kind of have to. And if we want to make it look extra special, we could use stripped logs in here. So we'll go ahead and do that. I feel like that would be, you know, since usually, no, I probably want to use stone brick. We have a lot of it, and if we want to be super efficient about it, we could just make it into slabs, and that's probably enough right there. So we'll do that, because it's nice to have a different floor material than your walls and your ceiling, because we'll have to do the walls. You know, we're going to do the floor, guys. We're going to do the walls as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Really bringing her together here. There we go. There we go. But now, obviously, like, the ceiling has got to be a different material, and the walls, so that'll take a little bit, but it's okay. I got all the time in the world. It's a nice rainy day outside. We're just hanging out, having a good time. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. In this moment right here, we're hanging out. We're having a good time. Okay. And then to complete the look, I did decide to just like frame out the ceiling because I thought it looked cool. We're going to have some nice little flower spots right here. I really like the way the wildflowers look. A little bit of inspiration. Shout out Mojang. We're going to have a nice little flower spots here. But the first thing we're going to have to do is make another furnace, because that is just bugging me. Okay, and then we're going to have to not fill that in because that's going to be moss. And our axe broke, but that's okay. We can make another one. We can make so many more tools. And before we go down there, like a silly nilly willy billy, without what we need, we're going to go ahead and make 2 iron hoes. And I'll make an iron shovel just so I can not be using this ever again. Okay. We'll put up the stone in there. Again, like I said, we're going to have to come back here and kind of like, you know, figure out what we want to keep, what we don't want to keep. But for right now, we got to go down there. We got to get some moss. The wildflowers. Oh, okay. Nope, no, we don't got to go down there. We do, unfortunately, have to end the rainy day, which is always sad. Everyone loves a nice, calm, rainy day. But it's not to say that there can't be another one in the future. And that's what can keep you going, guys. That's what can keep you going. Let's grab a couple little wildflowers. I do like the way they look. They're very pretty. I don't know how they'll look when they're on our level. So, like, let's look at that. Yeah, they look great. Sorry, Earth. I will repair you. Fear not. 28 is a little bit more than we need, but it's okay. And now we get to go down here. Like I said, this is so much better. I am going to, like, expand the water flow out down here if I can. Like, can I make this, like, larger permanently? Is there a way, like, this will flow out? That would be absolutely amazing. If I could have somewhere to fall down here, I would be in love. Yeah, I guess the reason it isn't flowing out is because of that over there, which is fine. I don't mind manually doing so. Do we have another pickaxe? No. But we can combine. We can combine. Okay, so just like this. Just so it's a little bit of a, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of a bigger area for us to land in if we were to get, like, shot by a skeleton or something silly happens. I have a feeling this is going to be where we're mining quite a bit. So I just want to cover all of my bases here. and expand this to be as large as possible, and then hopefully, you know, light up the area, the general area around here as well. That will be in the books. Okay, there we go. General area light up. We don't have like any coal with us because we put it all up. So I'll use like what I have. What is over there? Oh my goodness, this is a massive cave. Oh yes, please, please, please. Very appreciative. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I do still have wood as well. But this, you know, just doubled our torches there. So there was life, you know, hand a little olive branch. Not that it needed to extend one, you know, we're here and that's enough. Now let's put this just, you know, just around a little bit. So things like this don't happen, you know, they're scary. They're very scary. Is that completely silent? Hostile mobs are at 30%. I think I may want to change that to hostile mobs being at 70%. Just so that I hear them. I think it was like that because on Skyblock, you know, you don't really need to hear them. They're not like, you know, immediately threatening your life. So it would be nice if we could hear them. And as we, you know, expand outward in our little underground outpost, we're finding more ways to light it up, which is perfect. We have all the wood in the world. Okay, I'm just getting extra iron. I've lit up a little bit. I don't think I've actually lit up any more than when you saw last. I got some cobblestone. We got the coal that was over here. I just decided to grab cobblestone. I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to need so much more cobblestone than I have that it's probably just wise that I just keep kind of collecting it as I need it. But I really don't love being in a cave like this. I really don't. Especially when there's like space above you. I'm just freaked out at all times. So I'd really rather just not be in here as much as I can avoid it. But you know, there's stuff I do have to get, like moss. But yeah, most of this is lit up. Maybe when it's like dark outside, it'll be more of a threat in here. But if I can maybe like get to up here, because this is the only risk zone I really have at this point. So let's like go over here. See if we can break our way. Especially if we were to... I can't really see why we'd ever be here at night. But if we were ever here at night, this is going to be where something would spawn and shoot us off of our little water flow, which isn't so little anymore. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? I'm glad I came up here because I did not realize there was this much of an expanse. Like if you, sir... Okay, well, there's two of you. Please no more. Please. Okay. You're very strong and very tough, Mr. Creeper. But you must go. You? I avoid all of your shots. I avoid all of your shots. Yeah. You just have to, like, well, I guess walk, like, just hold down A or D, and you can technically avoid all of them. Like this right here, dude. This is a gotcha moment. I get all of these. I do not love being up here, but... it is one of those necessary evils. If I got shot off of this, I think I'd be okay with iron armor. It's not the most comfortable spot to be. But on the plus side, I am getting a lot of iron, which is helpful because I want to, you know, continue on that staircase. I want to get some tinted glass. That's why mainly why I'm hanging out here. Or sorry, not mainly why. Or that's a big reason I'm hanging out here so much. Well, I need all the stuff here, but also as long as I'm here, the amethyst will continue to grow. And I'm going to need a lot of tinted glass to do a cool spawner. So that we can kind of like watch it work. I always think those are like the coolest ones. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's becoming dark. That'll give me much more insight as to where I want to light things up. It's like anything that isn't completely dark isn't a valid spawn zone anymore. So like we're doing pretty good here. Except for the obvious like spot. Okay. That's enough of the boring lighting up. Let's go get moss, and then let's jet out of here. And I did say jet on purpose, okay. I swear to God. Like, let's jet. Is this, I guess it would be kind of advantageous for us to go in here. In any area that doesn't have, like, you know what I mean? Like, break out the spots around it. That way it can grow all four. Something like that. Like this one above and below. And see, look, we even discovered another one. I'm going to be in here all day if I do this. But at least, like, for a few of them, like the easy access spots, we'll go ahead and do. I feel like that would be just... I think that would just be smart. It would be smart, and it's a good time investment. Like the backside of these, they can't get to. So that'd be good. Underside. Well, that one can now grow. And it can grow there too. Is this just a single spider? Or is it a spider dungeon? I don't know. But I feel like I hear at least 2 spiders. And I don't think... Do spiders spawn in packs? You know I'm about to go check it out. I don't even know where it would be, though, to be fair. But I am going to be very thankful that I took the time to, like, break these out. I just know it. Look, there's even one, like, all the way back in here. Okay, where is this spider at? On a real note, where? Okay, that should be good enough. Where are you guys? Are you guys just, like... They might just be just a couple of spider pals that are just hanging out. Yeah, I think they're literally just a yeah, it's just some spiders. Nope, there's definitely a spider dungeon. Where is it, though? That or we just got the world's most unlucky spider spawn. There's no way there's not a spider dungeon somewhere around here. I feel like there's like no way this many spawn, right? Like the least threatening mob in the game. Watch me get killed by spiders. The Neo-Cubist, 3 episodes in, dies to spiders. Please no. But now we can make some bundles. Where are they falling from? Because they are falling. Do I not have any food? I have no food on me. Okay, that's definitely a problem. Maybe that is a dungeon? No, it's not. Oh, I thought it was right there. I don't know. Maybe we just got unlucky. I couldn't tell you there. I think it was just a lot of spiders. Okay, we got to go get food because we're like low health and we have no way to regenerate it, and I am not about to find out. I don't want to mess around and find out right now. That is not my mood. My mood is sleep. Wait. Probably want to light this up. And it really, we have no protection in here from anything above. Like none at all. Okay, I'm just going to throw everything. We have so much stuff now. We're never going to be able to bring it home. Unless, how do you make a bundle again? Bundle, is it just string and leather? Yeah, we could bring everything home if we made a couple of bundles. So we'll probably make a couple of bundles. Let's make a little bit of this. We especially need to focus on getting some food in us, dude. Oh, is it because we ran out of food? Yeah. We do have an apple, and I wish you could make like scrambled eggs. Maybe we could... Nope. Okay. Well, we're eating applesauce for dinner. Not the most nutritious, but it works. I gotta figure out this food situation, man. I've got to figure this out. I think I may resort to eating... I'll eat 1 mutton. I'm no longer pescatarian. I will eat 1 mutton. Or 2. 2 sounds good. There's 1 more. I am sorry, sheep. I am so sorry. It is what it is, though. This is just for sustenance. If we could find a cow, but the chances we find a cow, you guys remember we were out here like looking for a cow for a long time. And it wasn't like we just ran into one. So I'll look for a second because it would, I kind of need a bundle. I don't really think this is like a thing I can argue one way or the other. We kind of need that. So I think I'm going to go on a little bit of a spree, which kind of sucks because I don't really want to hurt anything, but you got to do what you got to do in the wilderness, man. We're out here at Flowergate Central. Maybe that's natural. I don't know. At this point, it could be because it could be a fallen log, but then it had an error. It tried to generate, and it was like, there is not a big enough space for me to generate. But I already generated half of me, so I guess we'll keep it. That's exactly how code works, by the way. It talks to itself. Is there really no cows? Not a 1. No mooers? Yes! The second I say it. Some weird, like, fluffy cows. I'll take it. Okay. Oh, what's in here? Always got to check out every little cave. Why? Just really cool back in there. You know, I gotta check it out though, right? Like, I mean, I see a cave, I see a little opening, I gotta go check it out. Okay, so it's a whole bunch of nothing. I do hear lava, which could be cool, but also I need to get out of here, man. We already have enough danger in our lives. Where does this even take me? Nowhere I want to be. Okay, I'll meet you guys back at the base. Unless I see more cows, and then I have to kill them. Hey, another rainy day. I told you, man. See, it's kind of rare you get 2 like this in a row. Or maybe this is not in a row. 2 pretty close together. I don't know if it's rare, but it's definitely a good feeling. I'll meet you guys back at Flower Base. I think that's what we're going to call it, right? Flower Base? Maybe we could plant sweet berries? They're kind of a horrible food source. Like, they heal 1, and they probably have, like, 0 saturation. They do look okay, though. So maybe we could plant a few of them. I guess. I just don't like how they're just kind of prickly. Which I really don't need. Yeah, see, like, even a tiny bit of damage, and my guy's already like, oh, no. I'm not very full. You just gave me the equivalent of, like, 8 cranberries, and you expect me to heal my body now. Something like that, I'm sure. Okay, here we are back at the Flowergate. I kind of want to fill this in. I feel like that's always been a little bit of a weird thing. The bundles will definitely allow us to, like, carry everything we get back home, which will be super sweet. Always love bundles. Okay, I know I said I wouldn't eat steak, but, like, guys, this is an emergency situation. And now we have no coal, so we're going to... You know what? Birch-fired... You could sell that at a restaurant. Birch-fired steak and mutton. You could sell it for $16.99 with your choice of sides. You can either get potatoes, tomatoes, or alligator tail. So I feel like what happens at Flower Base stays at Flower Base. So I think we're going to keep this food here. So we're not allowed to take it back home. But we're a different man out here. Including one that really needs to grab some sand and smelt it so that I can feel like I'm safe inside of my base. Because currently I feel like every time I go up there, I'm just going to die. So, to alleviate that, I'm going to head over to Flower Beach. Everything's just flower before the name. So this is Flower Beach. This is Flower Fallen Log number 1, 2, 3. Or maybe that's 1, 2, 4. And I get them confused. We do have torches, though, so that'll make this so much easier. Look at this. Just go in here. I don't know how much we need, but, like, maybe it's 2 stacks, maybe 3. But we'll get that before you even know it. Like, how much is this already? Okay, not even... I thought we'd be like, oh, yeah, we're done. I also don't know how close to the water we are, so I don't know how dangerous, you know, in terms of flooding this bad boy is. But keep a water bucket with you when you're doing this. It'll make your job a million times easier. So yeah, we have... I think 3 stacks is probably a safe estimation, I would say. And does this work on Bedrock too? The sandfall thing? Can you guys do this on Bedrock? I would assume, but I don't want to assume all the way, you know, because I really don't know. But it'd be kind of surprising if you couldn't. Or it wouldn't be surprising if you could. There's a lot of weird... Okay, yep, see, that's what I was afraid of. Not the end of the world, but I think the end of our run. Yes. Is this enough? We got exactly a stack and 1. I'm going to throw out 1 and put caution to the wind here. Okay, I'm going to smelt this. I'll come back whenever we're starting to place the glass, because I don't think you guys need to see that. Unless you want to watch me put it in the furnace, but I'm not going to let you. Ha! I just realized, like, I can't even smelt the glass right now because I don't, you know, I'm kind of down bad on the coal situation. So if you guys could slide me like 20 on Cash App, you know, it's hard out here. You know, I need a little bit of coal. You know, $20 go a long way towards heating my house this winter. You know, I got 15 children and 25 dogs, and it's not enough warmth. Okay, so, but yeah, I'm down here to get coal. Your boy's down bad. We're having a cold, rainy day. Usually the rainy days are nice, but. Yeah, the creepers are actually, they're being respectful. As long as they're respectful, I really don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if they're just chilling, I'm just chilling. The second... Okay, I thought he walked the other way. I still don't really like that, though. You know what I mean? I don't know where the other ones went. I think we're just going to have to kill them. Which does suck, because sometimes they're nice. Where'd that other one go? Did I get his aggro? Well, I guess if I can't... Yeah, there's definitely a bug where... creepers are oh, it's right there, where creepers are completely silent now, which I mean, I think that's kind of bad, right? Like if a creeper, okay, if those guys can't see me, they're probably far enough away. I think that's kind of a bad bug if creepers are now like sometimes completely silent. So I really hope that's on the bug tracker. I think there's a public bug tracker if someone wants to look that up or something, and maybe it's just a me problem, but like that's the second time it's happened where it's just completely silent. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to go over there, but not yet. I need coal, and there is I'm just trying to make sure nothing bad. Okay, there's even another creeper over here. Yeah, you get away from me. You get away from me. Couple zombies. I mean, this is where all of our coal went. It's just to lighten up this bad boy. Oh, the final boss. Okay, that wasn't that bad. And we have meat, and it heals us so much better. So much better than the fish. Not like so much better, but a little bit better. You gotta admit, a little bit better. Can't say no to more iron. There's been a lot in this cave, which is nice. I think kind of my mantra for this, I'm not going to take more than I need, okay? I'm going to try to be kind to the earth in this Let's Play, except for digging and boring a giant tunnel to build my own personal ancient tomb under the earth's crust. But, well, that's kind in a way. It's saying that, hey, I respect you so much that I'd like to build a large, not-for-profit tomb that I will lay to rest in if I were to die in this world, which there's a chance I never die in this world, and this Let's Play goes on for 5 years. You never know. This could be the beginning of something insane, but the chances of that, I mean, I think the lesson I learned is don't have an Enderman farm. That's the lesson I learned. I'm just not going to ever have an Enderman farm again. I think that it's just stupid. I really like the fast XP, but the nature of the the nature of the Endermen is that they want to kill, and I can't really contain them very well. I still don't know exactly what happened. I think it's because they can teleport to waterlogged blocks, but like if you're I don't know honestly, or they teleported on top of the fence or something. I don't know. That is definitely enough to smelt this. We're definitely getting a little bit distracted. See, we have to go back up there. And it's dark, and I don't know if something's going to fall on me. That's like my whole thing. That's why I need glass in here. Which makes our whole, like, whatever this is, kaput, but that's okay. Okay, so again, just like, let's just stack this up. Sure, we'll take the rest of that. Let's just stack this up. And this one we can split. Okay. And now, I'm going to go down there, and I'm just going to get a bunch of moss. So, I'm going to do that, and hopefully we'll come back up. We'll be able to glass this bad boy up, and Outpost water. I keep wanting to say Watergate, but that's not what this is. Is there more moss over here? And is this lit up at all? This is a little bit dark. I mean, we're starting to light this thing up somewhat. It's funny, because a lot of the spots that are lit up have, like, we haven't gotten any of the resources from, but that's okay. Not that big of a deal. I like these little caves. They're more controlled. I don't have to work. Speak of the devil. Ha. Ha. Hey, our first lapis, which we don't really need you yet, but I'll go ahead and grab you just because I got one piece and I'd feel weird if I didn't grab all of it. Okay, well, I'm going to mine out the iron that's in here. I'll come right back. Well, my pickaxe broke, so I guess I mean, I could totally craft another one, I know, but I need to focus on the task at hand, and that is getting a lot of moss. So I'm just going to start doing that instead of being a silly boy and not getting anything. And, yeah. I'll also get a bunch of these really pretty plants, which I think is like the biggest thing for me, because I absolutely love the way that these flowering azalea bushes look. They are beautiful. And I don't know how much moss we're going to need. Again, it's like 1 for 1. So 1 moss plus 1 cobblestone equals 1 mossy cobblestone. Unless you can surround it, but I don't think so, because I would have seen that recipe somewhere, surely. Like it didn't pop up or anything. Did I put that there? Okay. Nah. Let's not go that way. I saw another way over here that looked a little bit more friendly. And I would prefer the more friendly route at the moment because I don't know. Until I get diamond armor, I just do not feel safe in a hardcore world. But getting diamond armor is just, you know, obviously that's like a process in and of itself because you got to go deep. And I would prefer not to do that in a cave like this because of, you know, stuff that can get me. So we'll probably hold off on that for a little bit here. I gotta use this water bucket. It's gonna ruin all my torches. How many torches does this ruin? Oh man, that's just like so many of them. It's okay though. It'll be okay. Maybe over in this direction is a little safer. Hello, are you safe? Or are you going to kill me over here? Looks somewhat safe. There's an Enderman, which I can handle an Enderman. You just kind of dig into a tunnel. But they do hit really hard. But again, I just hate being down here. And my inventory is already full again. Yeah, we're not even picking up what we need. We don't need this. I mainly want to keep this stuff, so I'm just going to like slide out what I don't want. One black wool, I'll be okay with that. Okay, now we're actually picking everything up. I don't know how much moss we broke that we didn't pick up, but it surely couldn't have been that much. How much do we have? Like one stack. We barely even have 2 stacks. It does go down in here, but I'm starting to play a little reckless, dude. You need to keep forgetting I'm in hardcore. Gotta be more careful about this. I don't have any more torches. Oh, okay, I can make those. I can make those. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, there we go. We're fine. Why has this got to be like straight up and down? Why can't it just be a big flat area of moss? I thought I just saw diamond. Okay, well, I'll come back if anything cool happens, but for now, I'm just going to be collecting moss for a little bit. Well, something cool happened. Can you see what it is? It's a diamond. I don't know how many. Probably just one, which is completely fine. I'm not upset about that. Just really not liking my like whole situation here. I also don't like the fact that I gotta stop for a second, which is fine, but I just have so much stuff in my inventory. Not a bad thing, I suppose, but I always get a little bit stressed out when I don't have any inventory space. Maybe we can make a hole, a no hole, and just throw a bunch of stuff in it. No, I don't want you. I'll be okay without the granite. I'll live. Rotten flesh, clay, birch doors, nah. White wool, nah. Cobblestone, we have so much. But, okay. Our first diamond, guys. You ready? Oh, our first 2 diamonds. 3. Well, can we please make something out of this? Like some piece of diamond armor. I either want a shovel or a hat. Or something better. I may actually do... Ah, that takes 7. Can we get 1 more diamond to make some pants? I mean, diamond pants would be pretty cool. There's a lot of moss up here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Yep. That's the big... Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah. That's... Yeah. Let's just... We need to quit pushing our luck. I'm out of here. We gotta quit pushing our luck, dude. We've been very lucky so far. Yep. I'm getting a bad feeling. I'm out. I might have missed a few moss. We're pushing our luck. I really just, I'm hearing things fall. Not a fan. Not a fan. So I think we'll make like a diamond hat. A helmet. Obviously, I know it's a helmet, but it's funny to call it a hat. Okay, so we'll make a diamond hat. And then we'll call it good. Diamond hat. Okay. We now have a diamond hat. Okay. And we have 1 extra, so why not a shovel? I feel like we use shovels so much anyways. Take the string and let's make ourselves a bundle because we can finally... Okay. Oh, that's right. You can put the bundles in the bundles. There's such a funny item. Okay, so we're going to take a bundle out. We're going to take the stake out. We can put in, for instance, like you could... It's not really helpful right now. I'll get to that in a bit. I'll get to that in a bit. For now, we could just throw up like the mossy stuff. Let's work on the glass. Actually, now that I mentioned the mossy stuff, we gotta fix this. Boom. Boom, boom. And then wanted to do wildflowers in here. That's pretty. That's pretty. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, nice. We'll figure out that in a bit. Our whole inventory situation. Oh, we already grabbed all the stuff out of there. Nice. So it can hold 64 items, but 64 items of like of an amount that you can like actually hold as a player, right? So you can't put like 64 shovels in it, but any like, you know, let's say you could put like 10 cobblestone, 10 mossy cobblestone, 10 stone brick. You know what I mean? They have to be items that don't actually like, I don't know, add up to more than their sum. I guess you could consider. See, I think we'll end up removing that potentially, but it's just kind of fun to have that there. I don't really see the big issue with that. And I don't care if like the mobs want to try to like come in the entrance, like it's whatever. That's not my main concern. Is just the fact that things could just totally walk in here, fall on my head before. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. Now this, like I said, I don't really want to bang my head on it. But we totally could like if we could do this. Looks a little silly, but it's honestly fine. And then we could just put a door up there or something. It looks like it was an afterthought, is what I'm getting at. But that's okay. Sometimes things are afterthoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you don't think of something good until you need it. It might, you know, maybe it costs you a lot of money. Like this cost me a lot of time, a lot of glass. Very expensive project. Okay, so now we have some security measures, I suppose. And then we'll put like some doors here. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to break at least those right there, and then these, if we're gonna want this to like actually be not like crazy insane. So let's go in here, and then let's grab out some more glass. And it's funny because I threw away those birch doors, and we still have enough. Okay, we're good. I was about to say, if we don't have enough, that's just one of those, you know, that happens a lot. You'll throw something out, and then you immediately need it. It is what it is, guys. But look at this. It's going to be dark, and I'm, like, not worried at all. Okay, so now just bring it over to, like, here. Does this make sense? Right? Maybe even, like, to right here. It's kind of cool. I don't know. People always say, you know, you got to build to a certain... Like, I'm fine. This is fine. It's not my main base. Let it be. Let it be. Okay. We're pretty much protected. The only thing I would say is, like, this looks a little funky over here. Maybe, like, fill this in or just break that one, and then... What am I doing? Put some torches in here. We should be good. My pinky has fallen asleep, which is very dangerous when you're trying to just hold down shift, and you're like your pinky is like numb essentially, so it's like not happening. Okay, so nothing should be able to spawn in here. At least that's like the big grand hope. And now we have a nice little. I love this. I feel so safe in here, which is perfect. We'll take the coal out because it's kind of a valuable resource. Now I get to figure out what do I want to keep, what do I want to not keep, and how can I fit it all into a bunch of bundles? Because we do not have enough chest space. So I'm going to make 2 more chests, and we're going to also stack them right here and here. And then I'm going to fill this chest up with all this stuff. And I get to play the sorting game, and you guys don't have to watch, because that's not very fun. So I will see you guys in just a bit. I'm going to start with the stuff I want to take for sure. I'm going to put these barrels here. And then I'm going to like fill them with like food like this, just so it's like kind of like cool. You know what I mean? Having like, you know, scattered food. It's like I left this like an abandoned like facility. It's got a little bit of food in it, and then maybe like sprinkle in like a couple flowers here and there like that. That's kind of cool, right? I guess you could argue that it's cool. I don't know. That looks kind of like a dog. That is what it is. Look, there's just a few things that I definitely want to take. Like my iron. There's some stuff I'm okay with leaving here. You know what I mean? Like all like a lot of this stuff, like these berries, like I can get those again. Moss carpet, I can get that again. But actually like moss and like the stone brick, that's stuff I need to take home. The amethyst we can come back and get. Cobblestone, I have a lot at home. I'm not really that concerned. The bundles, obviously. The iron, yes. The wood, like I'm not using birch wood there. I don't really need these ladders. I made these ladders originally for the quarry. Well, there's not a quarry. We'll leave the ladders out here. I'll take the extra stone brick. Other than that, guys, I mean, there's not really anything else that I want to take. This is... Mainly we came here for moss, and moss we do have. Not as much as I would have hoped, but we can make some sort of rudimentary moss farm. I have a feeling, I was going to say, I have a feeling there's too many, like, mobs around me, but I guess not. We're going to leave our brown bed here. So if we need another bed, I had 3 white wool, and you know what I did with it? I threw it away. Story of my life. Okay, well, I'm going to make my way back to the house. I do love that we have a nice little outpost out here, but I think it's definitely time that we take a leave. That was fun, though. I like this area. I mean, we're definitely going to be back there, like, quite a bit. Oh, yeah. We're going to be back there quite a bit, aren't we? But we got to make it home with no food, I just realized, so that'll be fun. You know, I had to stop to get some fish, and then my, and then my sword broke. We do have 12 fish, which I think we should stop taking too much. We don't want to overfish here, but we do need another bed. And over here, I do see an opportunity to potentially gather 3 wool. And we do have shears as well, so we could... And we're going to need to make more shears because we're going to end up getting more vines anyways. So I honestly think the vines might be a little bit quicker. That was 3 in 1. Okay. I mean, I'll take that. We already have a red bed. Maybe we want like a... Just give me light gray. Sure, we'll have a light gray bed. I don't know if that's a color of bed I've ever had. I don't want this anyways. You're just going to end up becoming sticks because I'm not going to use that over there. I need you for a second. Okay. Okay. Yep. I see the error in my ways, but hey, look, there's the solution to the error in my ways right here in the form of a nice... cool looking oak tree. I'm going to use you for the best purpose ever. You're going to become a light gray bed. That is right. You, sir, are now entered to become a light gray bed. Look at this. Light gray bed. How does it look? Not bad. I don't know if that's a color of bed I've ever had, but we'll just leave that there. In case we need to craft something else when we're on our journey home from the Flowergate base. Right. I've been walking back because I thought I couldn't sprint, and then I get right next to my house, and I realize, hey, I can still sprint, which is kind of funny. It feels nice to be back here, and we really did do a lot in this episode. I know it doesn't... Well, no, it does feel like... I mean, we built a whole other little miniature outpost. We did accomplish it quite a bit. I still want to do a few things... Ha! It's funny, that stuff's still running. Hey, we had to cook... Man. Wish I was more responsible sometimes. I didn't realize we still had that. Like I said, we only need 1/3 as much of the mossy stone brick as we do the other. Can you maybe like surround it and get, I mean, okay, yeah, I mean, that's fair. So even like 2 stacks right now is probably good. Like I said, oh, we had another pickaxe. I broke my pickaxe because I was getting iron. We have 55 now. I think I might consolidate this. So I'm going to start smelting all of this in there. That's... should be good. Okay, we'll take this out and put this in there. Sure thing, buddy. But I am curious how much this is going to take, at least for like the bottom area. So like there's this part here. This is going to be 3 blocks high. I think it goes like right there. Yeah. Okay. So like this, right? And then it's going to be mossy cobblestone on top. This part needs to be dug out. I'm not really sure. Okay, what am I about to use an iron shovel? No. Not happening, man. That is never happening again. Ended relationship with iron shovel. Okay. Something like that. We'll figure that other part out over there later. Then this part, we get to just do this. And then put mossy cobblestone on top. So now you see why I need so much. Like, it's going to take quite a bit to do this. But I think it's really going to be worth it in the long run. Like, this is going to look really cool, guys. I had a base where I did something similar to this. Like, kind of, where I lived in that, like, giant oak tree. That was not a very popular, like... that was not, like, a very popular... What am I trying to say? Bruh. Series on my channel, so I don't think a lot of you did see it. Okay, come on, man. Why you gotta do me like that? Is there a cheeky little no one would notice that one's gone. And then these, no, those are jungle wood. Please, one more. Good sir. Maybe like I don't want to touch these trees. So I like these trees. We just gotta find one of those oak trees. There's always like random oak trees sprung about. Like there's one right there. Why? Why are you in here? You're supposed to be a jungle. Did I just like have a thing happen? What in the world? What in the world? That's jungle too. What? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe there isn't any. I thought there was oak. I mean, maybe there's just big oak trees, right? And that's what I'm thinking of. Well, luckily we live literally right next to it. And all of these horses in the field, one of them is going to be our, I need like a theme, right? So last time it was like, we had like bullet and that was kind of like the whole theme. Someone said like rocket, but I feel like that's too like it's not similar, but it's like in the same vein. I want something completely different. Like, should we do like gemstones? I kind of like gemstones, but it's like an ancient temple area. So maybe we should do like cool, like Aztec, like kind of, but I don't know any, like, I don't know any of that stuff. So I don't know. I think gemstones would be cool, but maybe not. That's more of like a name for like, yeah, maybe not gemstones, something else. I don't know. Maybe like types of rock. I'm kidding. Let's not do that. We'll call our horse Temple. We'll call one horse Outpost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to do that. So if you guys have theme suggestions for the horse names, let me know. We're about to get to use our gray bed for the first time ever. Honestly, I feel like a green bed would be a little better, but I don't want to go and get like cactus right now and smelt it. Okay, we only need literally one stair. Is what it is, man. And then this will have to be broken out so that it fits. Okay, break this, put this there, and then sleep in the gray bed of greatness. Sure, that's what we'll call it. The gray bed of greatness. Okay. And then let's go and grab... See, I don't even know if we're going to have enough mossy cobble to, like, fill in this whole thing. We can try, but I have a feeling it's not going to happen. Which is okay. It's not the end of the world. I at least wanted to get it started so you guys could kind of see what I was talking about. Because, you know, me digging out the walls doesn't tell you a whole lot. Maybe it gave you some sort of idea. And we'll start to put... We're going to have to make its own chest. We'll put this in here. And then we'll also put the mossy variant as well. And then I'm just going to take... I thought we had vines. Did we leave the vines? I think we left the vines over there, didn't we? We totally did. This is not going to be nearly enough. This is not even enough for like part of a wall. We really leave our vines over there? I have a hard time believing that I did that, but I totally did. Because I had them in my inventory, and I remember talking originally I wanted to use these, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, maybe we need to make a vine farm. If anyone has like a good tutorial for one, let me know. We could just, you know, make a farm with andesite. That would work too. That would require some spooky darkening of the skeleton spawner, which could lead to sudden death or, I don't know, all sorts of bad stuff. And I don't want to die. So if you guys have a better idea, again, I do read every single comment. I know I say that a lot, but I think it's just because so many people don't realize it. Like, I actually do. It's like something I enjoy doing. So you don't have to feel like you're screaming into the void with me. You can let me know. It's like more like a live chat in a stream, kind of. Because, you know, you don't read every single one of those, but you try. But I can, you know, slowly read every comment. Okay. I like this. I like this a whole lot. Especially with, like, the stone brick base. This looks good. And then, obviously, like, the same thing will be happening up there. But we don't like, have enough, right? Like, to do that right now. But I think this is a good stopping point for today's episode. So if you guys did enjoy the episode, I would appreciate it if you left a like on the video. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would appreciate it if you gave me a like. Do you have to? No, of course not. But if you want to show that you liked it, leave a like. And the secret code for today's episode is going to be 9873. So put that down in the comments below if you want to show me that you watched the entirety of today's video. Again, the secret code is 9873. Let's confuse some new viewers, guys. Get that in the comments. I do really appreciate you guys. Again, if you have any ideas for the horse names or any ideas for, getting a bunch more mossy materials, let me know in the comments. And I think that's what we'll have to work on in the next episode. But until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend and just a wonderful time whenever you're watching this. I appreciate you guys so very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!